All right, welcome back to Meet Us in the Ring. Maddie, how you doing, girl?
Yeah, it's been a long weekend. It's good to have a day off.
I bet. I know you're a hardworking girl.
Yeah, yeah. Not today though. Lord.
Oh, well, how was your week though?
Last night we at my job, just a fun, quick little story time before we get into everything we have to talk about today. A guy tried to steal one of our kegs.
What? How?
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And he got all up in my boss's face, which made me really mad. So then I got up all in his face and I'm just like
Period.
fighting with this dude and it was crazy. And I was supposed to leave at like 10 p.m., but I stayed. I was like, let me have a drink with the gals. And then I just ended up staying and making sure that all of my coworkers got home safe because that's who your girl is.
Yeah. Someone asked in the comments what a keg is. It's basically the container for all the beer.
Yeah, and they're not
Giant,
small.
giant barrel looking thing.
They're not
That's
small.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know some people think being a bartender is easy, and sometimes it is. A lot
No.
of times it is, but then you have moments where it's really not.
Well, people are trying to steal a keg for sure.
Crazy as hell. But what
I
else
wish
is
I hadn't. I wish I had an exciting story. I don't.
well, I mean, these are not really stories you want to be able to tell.
I guess that's true, but we have we have a lot to talk about
I
today.
know.
We'll start with like lower level stuff, and then we'll work our way up. We are doing backlash predictions today. I can't believe we already have to do a predictions video.
I don't even care about Backlash that much. I can't lie, guys. I'm just like, eh.
And I think there's only 4 matches listed right now. I'm sure they're going to add at least one more, if not two more, before Saturday. So our
Hopefully, at least one more.
yeah, our predictions will have an asterisk because we won't know one of the matches.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, we have some topics from the week. Um, I want to start with ROH. So this will be like indie news segment. Um,
With
so our ROH Ring of Honor, they announced a new women's title.
did not know that. That's really
Snaps
cool.
for them. It is called the Women's Pure Championship. Basically, I'll read the little description. It is a new women's championship that was announced by Tony Khan on April 13th. The first champion will be crowned at the Supercard of Honor pay per view. Supposedly, that happened 2 days ago, but I couldn't find anything about who won.
Oh,
So if anyone knows, please tell us in the
yeah, let
comments.
us know.
And it says the matches for the Pure Championship are contested under Pure Wrestling rules. So basically, this means that the matches will follow a a strict set of rules, which include limitations on offensive move, rope breaks, and other specific regulations. So it's like straight up wrestling. Like it's just pure wrestling. It's not all the crazy, show stopping extra stuff, if you will.
Yeah.
It's just a pure championship. And um let me look let me pull up the list of women who were in the tournament. Um because I mean that's so exciting. Like a new women's championship. We love to hear it. So, some of the people who were in the tournament were Taya Valkyrie,
Mm.
Layla Gray, Queen Aminata, Diana Perrazzo, which didn't she go by something else before? Or is that
No.
always her name? Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. And Serena Deeb. And I think she was the favorite to win the tournament. Um, but yeah, so it's really freaking cool that they have a new women's championship belt because we could always use more of those.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Are you gonna watch? Are you gonna like go see and watch Ring of
Well,
Honor?
well, didn't you say that they've already crowned the champion?
Well, yeah, but you can go back and watch it.
I guess. I'd love to know who it was first.
I know. Yeah, if someone can tell us who won, because I looked up and down the ROH page, couldn't find it. So hopefully, we'll see something about it soon. But yeah, so shout out to Tony Khan for that.
Yeah.
One of the few times that I'll shout him out.
Yeah. Well, we got to get him on the show.
And then something that I am so devastated about is Naomi announcing that this will most likely be her retirement year because she wants to be a mother, and that's totally understandable. She was talking about how, you know, she's like 37 at this point, and you know, as maybe not everyone knows, but as a woman, it gets harder to get pregnant and have a baby as you get older. So it makes sense that she would want to do that while she still can. So, how do you feel about this?
I mean, they don't really do much with her anywhere, I feel like. And yeah, good for her.
Yeah, because I remember back on Total Divas, you know, years ago, her saying that she wanted to be a mom and that, you know, her and Jimmy wanted to have kids. Obviously, Jimmy wanted them to have kids like a long time ago, but she's like, boy, no, I still want to be wrestling. So,
Yeah.
it seems like now's the time, and I think their baby's going to be so cute. They're going to be so goofy with Jimmy's sense of humor.
Yeah.
Or sorry, John, if you want to call him by his real name. But
right.
you know, you guys know who I'm talking about. And I feel like this is going to be kind of a trend in the next few years because at least a lot of my faves, you know, they're getting up there and they want to have kids. I know Bianca and Montez are still kind of up in the air. Like Bianca obviously wants to be a mom, you know, and have kids, but she's still very much in the prime of her career. So,
yeah,
and you know, it's hard to see your favorite wrestlers be going away, but if that's what they want to do, like Carmella, aka Leah Vandale, she's pregnant again. Snaps for her. And you know what? Everything happens for a reason. There was a reason that WWE did not renew her contract, and it's because she was destined to have another baby right now. Obviously, Alexa Bliss had her baby recently, and so everybody's becoming moms, and it makes my heart happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
But I really hope that they give Naomi some type of good run this year so that she can kind of go out with a bang.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that what she's doing now will lead to that.
Do you think she has a chance of winning Money in the Bank?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Rude.
I think hopefully she's the one to take the title off Tiffany.
I would love that. Not right this second, but I think that'd be really good.
Yeah.
Well, more sad news. I feel like, I don't know, there was like the high at the beginning and now we're kind of in the sad news, but I'm sure all of you guys have seen that WWE had some releases this
is what we're
week.
all here to talk about. Yeah, I could see in the chat before we even went live.
I know you guys want us to talk about the releases, and we're going to, because Maddie and I have some thoughts and feelings. I am on the website cultaholic.com, and I'll just kind of run through everybody who as of now has been released. So from the main roster, we have Dakota Kai, Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance. Let's just talk about those first. I am so annoyed about Kaden and Katana being released because they were the only legitimate tag team in the entire main roster division. And
really crazy.
I just don't understand. I really don't. Like, you want to build up these women's tag team titles, but yet you release the only real tag team. And they're so good. They're so good.
I know. And Dakota Kai is insane to me.
And like they literally brought her back, what, it was 3 years ago, I think, at this point, with Bailey at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3 years ago. And then, she kind of had a good thing going with Damage Control, but then she got injured again. And then she came back, had kind of a run towards the IC title. I thought she was going to win the IC title at some point.
I know.
I thought it was in the cards for her. And it's just so frustrating. Like, to be released a second time, like, you have to feel a type of way.
Yeah, and I like tweeted something about it, and everyone's like, "Oh, what do you mean Triple H? It's not Triple H's fault." It's like, well, he's the one that's booking her like shit, and apparently didn't really seem to have much for her. So if I was her, I would be like, well, you brought me back and played in my face, and now I'm just gone again, and it sucks. And I've just really become a bigger fan of Dakota, so I'm sad. I'm especially sad that Shayna Baszler, I'm even wearing my Shayna 2-time shirt. But this one is like, well, I feel less sad about it in a way, because I'm like, this kind of, maybe Shayna can go do something else now. Something where she's actually used and where she's actually the beast that we know she is, instead of just sometimes teaming with Zoe Stark. So with Shayna, I feel like this is maybe a good thing, because there are better opportunities for her. Even though it sucks. But yeah, Dakota, that was the one I was really, really the most surprised about.
And I don't want to like blame it on anything, but Dakota was kind of injury prone, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Same with Braun Strowman being released. I was sad when he got released the first time. You guys know that I have a soft spot for that man because I met him in 2019, and I've always been a fan of him, though, even when he debuted with the Wyatt family. So, but hearing him in that interview before WrestleMania talking about all his injuries and the fact that like 15% of his legs don't even work or whatever, like, it might be for the best for him not to be wrestling.
Yeah, that's true.
And
they weren't doing anything with him anyway. Like, when's the last time we saw him do something?
When he had his beef with Jacob Fatu, when they were kind of going back and forth for a few weeks.
Yeah, but I feel like, and maybe this is just me and how I saw it, which is fine, I don't feel like that was really paid much attention to. Like, that was definitely, with respect to both men, that is definitely something I fast forwarded every week and didn't. It's just like, really? I don't know. Yeah, me personally. That's just me personally, just my opinion. But yeah, I don't really feel like much effort was put into him, and but again, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe now his time isn't being wasted and he can go do something better. Yeah,
I mean, and just take care of his body too, because his list of injuries is so extensive, and it's kind of a known thing that men who are that big, like that tall, like their life expectancy is a little bit shorter. So it's probably for the best that he's not at least wrestling right now. But if he still wants to somewhere else, I hope the best for him.
Yeah.
Same with Dakota Kai. I think she could boost the roster at AEW. She could boost the roster at TNA, even Stardom. Like, I think that she could be good elsewhere if she wanted to. Obviously, I know you're upset about Shayna Baszler, and I agree with you. I think that she could be good somewhere else. Even
she could be better somewhere else.
Yeah, GCW, TNA, or somewhere else. I'm sure Tony Khan's going to be calling somebody after this.
But it just seems like maybe that was I was sad, but I also was not surprised in the slightest. So I was like, yeah, I could see that, and that's okay. There's something better for her.
Yeah, I agree. The NXT is where the bulk of the releases are. We'll start with the first couple and then we'll keep going. But Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan, and Eddie Thorpe.
Gigi Dolan just had a title match.
I'm confusion. What they keep doing this? They keep giving people like title opportunities and then don't renew their contracts or like release them or whatever. The same thing happened to Mustafa Ali. He was literally gonna have a pay-per-view match, sorry,
Yeah.
PLE match for the North American Championship, and then got released like a week later. Like,
it's crazy because they were just doing this thing with Chemical X, which is the group of Shotzi, Gigi Dolan, and Tatum Paxley. And a lot of people seem to really like it. I really liked it. I thought it was fun, and they were on TNA, and Gigi and Tatum were a cool tag team. They just challenged Raquel and Liv for the tag titles. A great match. And now Tatum is just by herself. And I'm surprised they didn't release her too, because now, which thank God, I love Tatum Paxley, but now they don't have anything for her because it's like, oh, you were in this group and it looked like you were having fun. Well, that sucks. And as far as Cora Jade, like, I know I've said what I've said, and I still stand behind it. But do I think she should have been released? No. Are you kidding me? Like that, she's developmental for a reason. And I do feel like every time we saw her, she got better. Even sometimes if it was just like this much, I feel like she still got better. So,
but she's been there for a long time though, and
yeah.
the fact that like Roxanne and Gianna, I can't even talk. Julia, like they haven't been there that long, and they're already leagues above her. Like Cora Jade has been there for a hot minute, and she didn't develop fast enough, and unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast.
It sucks, and I totally agree with you, but also I feel like she was pretty popular, and I feel like she had areas of improvement, and then she had areas of real strength, and again, and like this is coming from me and what I've said about her. I feel like no, they should not have released her. They should have given her another chance. And I have to highlight this because oh my God, like this is so goddamn true. I'm sorry. That woman should have been gone years ago. There's nothing there. And Cap, you hit the goddamn nail on the head, because Cora Jade, I feel like, could have actually really improved. And I feel like we've seen some like decent match. Like I can't remember exactly what match it was, but we were all talking about it on this show, and the chat was like, yeah, Cora did pretty good. And so it's a shame, and I feel bad for Roxanne because I will because she's trash.
I seriously so disagree with you. This is something that we'll literally never agree on.
That's
okay.
Cap, and never leave her alone. And I stand with you because she cannot wrestle. She cannot.
She can.
Have you seen? Oh my fucking God! Have you seen what is the video? Like, who's the girl she's wrestling when she's like doing terrible? I don't know. It's just every match I've seen is like a joke. And she's trying to do this thing where she's like rapping or whatever, and it just sounds awful. And I'm like, didn't she get downgraded to like, yes, it was against Adriana Rizzo. Thank you. She got downgraded to like WWE's like super developmental program. Like, do you know how shit
I don't know
you have to be?
So did what's her name? The girl who wears the pajamas?
Wendy Chu. Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've seen good matches from Wendy too. That lights out match with Tiffany.
And there's been good matches from Nikita too.
Name 3 right now.
When her and Zoe Stark were a tag team, they had good matches
because of
against
Zoe
their
Stark.
opponents. No, but she carried her weight. And listen, Phil said she's not the greatest, Mary. I know that. Trust me. I know that. I'm not saying that she's the greatest. I'm just saying she has potential. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Potential in the room with us? Because Lord. And I'm so glad that, shout out to Mindrunner, so good to see you. And I'm so glad he agrees with me. Is because we're going to say what we're going to say about Zoe Stark and how she should never hold a microphone, but the woman can wrestle, and she's really, really good. So of course Nikita Lyons is going to look good if she's standing next to Zoe Stark, and WWE knows that. And that's why they did that.
Okay, well, like I said, we're not going to agree on that, but I'm sure Nikita's not going to be there for that much longer, so you guys can all relax because she's also accident prone. So
it's not even like
injury prone.
I don't think any of us are. Maybe Cap would say this. I don't think any of us are like, yes, fire her. Yeah, he already said it. Yes, fire her. Get rid of her. It's just like because I will never be excited to see someone lose their job unless they're like a terrible
No.
person.
Yeah.
But she's not good and she should not be there. And maybe if she went to the indies and actually became good, great, bring her back in a few years. But right now, there's just nothing good there.
Well, you know, that's how I feel about Shotzi. And I know you like Shotzi. I have never felt that Shotzi was good at wrestling. She's not good on the mic. Like, I find nothing good about her personally. I know you like her. I know other people like her. She has a very active fan base. So, you know, we just view things differently. And that's just the way it is sometimes. I'm my brand is having unpopular opinions. So
I love Shotzi, and she even knew that it was coming because she is better than Nikita, because she posted a video on her Instagram, like, you know, saying like farewell, we're on to better things. So she even knew. And
yeah.
I don't think she should have been released because they were finally doing something with her. She was in this little faction that people really liked, and they were again going to TNA and doing stuff and having title matches. So like, why do you stop doing that? Because this was something pretty good. And is Shotzi the best in the ring? No. And unfortunately, like with the mic thing, it's weird because sometimes she cuts really good promos, like that backstage one with Raquel, and then other times not so much. I just felt like she was her best when she was just being like her real true self and not this fake crazy character. So I don't know, it sucks, but she actually seems excited for the future, and I'm happy for her. So hopefully she does something better.
Yeah, I cannot let go of her match with Charlotte Flair. It was so bad. It just and her match with Ronda.
Well, that is Ronda, to be fair.
Those were so bad, but they were not only bad because of Ronda. They were bad because of Shotzi too. And I did like her stuff with Chemical X. I thought she added a lot of good stuff to the group. I loved the vibe of them. I thought they were doing great stuff, especially because weren't they were doing crossover stuff in TNA.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and Gigi, we didn't even talk about Gigi. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Gigi's pretty good.
Yeah.
And when Gigi started, like, I don't think she was the best, but she's shown so much improvement, and she's a fun, crazy character, and I feel like she could have been really cool, like on the mid card in the main roster or something. And
agreed.
It sucks.
Well, we didn't really. I mean, I didn't really have anything to say about Eddie Thorpe. I don't know too much about
Dakota
him.
Kai's boyfriend, so that's crazy.
Yeah. And then we have Jakara Jackson, which that one
crazy.
Pissed.
Crazy.
Like, you broke up Metaphor. Was that because you knew you were releasing her, or like what was the issue? Because I loved Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. I thought they were so good together. I loved the vibe. I loved the look. I loved everything. And okay, so they ruined that. Riley Osborne. I'm not sure.
Sorry,
who that is.
Don't really know. But
Oro Mensa. Wasn't
I know the
name?
Newer? I know the name.
Javier Bernal. I don't know.
That sucks. That's Tatum Paxley's boyfriend, and he was pretty good. So that sucks.
Joe Coffey. Kofi. I don't.
I'm so sorry we don't know you, but we're also sorry you lost your job, my brother.
And Mark Coffey, so I'm assuming they were brothers.
Oh.
Sorry, Wolfgang, not sure who that is. And then Danny Palmer. Those were
finally. Oh. Bruh, how long has it taken? God, they took forever with that one.
Wait, tell me the tea.
I don't know. Apparently people just really don't like her because of, if you read the chat, certain beliefs that she has been rumored to have, but we're trying not to discuss any political stuff on this show, and we will continue to do that. Right. But yeah, that me and you, Cap, we're like this, man. We just get it. I have been
but also he said that Joe Coffey is a weirdo. So okay,
what's
period.
the tea? But yeah, what's the tea? Danny Palmer should have been gone ages ago. And as Gallus. Oh shit, that's
but apparently they're weird, so I don't know.
Danny retired from wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Sayonara.
Well, I don't know. That's what Cultaholics said on here.
Hopefully,
So
girly finds something. And again, we're not like, oh, hope you get fired and never do anything with your life. Like, no, hope
yeah.
you do something that makes you happy, yada yada. But going back to Jakara, I
Yeah.
feel really bad for Lash, especially. I feel like that was probably one of her closest friends there. And they were such a fun tag team. And I just, that black girl magic, then we love to see
Mhm.
it. And now
It
it's.
was so good.
And I thought Jakara was pretty good in the ring, and I really liked the
Yeah.
gimmick, and she was fun. And it's like, why?
And I
Why?
loved their entrance. Their entrance was one of my favorites right now.
Yeah.
So
So I
that's a
worry.
bummer.
I worry for Lash, but this at least might say that they have big things for her, which they should. She's really good. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel I feel bad. But maybe everything happens for a reason, and maybe there's better things. I hope so.
Yeah, me too. But really quick, Matt Cardona, he posted a tweet and shared it on his Instagram. It says, to the recently released, you have 3 choices. 1, fade into obscurity. 2, coast off of your WWE name. And 3, work your ass off, reinvent yourself, make a lot of money, and have a lot of effing fun. Love, the indie god. And I'm like, you know what?
Gee.
Snaps to you, Matt, because I think that's really good advice. Like you can either coast off your name, you can just get out of the limelight, or you can make yourself better and not necessarily prove your worth, because nobody should have to prove their worth, but
No.
prove them wrong.
Sink or swim.
Yeah. So I loved that he said that. And
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Love that.
Okay, I must have a ghost because our Swiffer just randomly fell. Love that. Okay.
Well. But yeah,
Love that
those
for
are
me.
our opinions on the releases.
Yeah.
And it sucks
So
every time, it'll continue to suck.
But we move forward. We keep pushing. We keep fighting for women's wrestling, because if you notice, the majority of those releases were women. I mean, I don't know what the exact number was because I didn't look and I already swiped it away, but most of those releases were women. So I don't know what that tells you.
That sucks.
But we just have to keep fighting the good fight,
Yeah.
But speaking of fighting, let's get into Backlash.
Oh boy.
You want to write down our predictions?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, I kind of have these out of order, so let me just move these around real quick. Well, let's start with the least exciting match on the entire Backlash card, which is Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
I need another Marg. God.
Listen.
Wait, really quick. Speaking of that, I have beef
What?
with you, Mary.
Me?
You got me hooked on the goddamn margaritas now.
They're good.
Now. Mary and I because Mary texted me a picture of her brother. Were those Margs? Did you have Margs?
Yeah.
Okay, and I sent her. Can I show?
I mean, if you want to.
Because that would, she just sent me a picture, and we're just sending each other pictures of us with Margs. And I'm like, oh my God, I would do. So yeah.
They're so good, but.
And they work quickly. But yeah, anyway, back to this insanely interesting match. Gunther, do your thing. That's all I have to say.
I just don't I don't understand what Pat McAfee wants. Does he want to be a wrestler? Does he want to be a commentator? Does he not want to be at WWE at all? Because sometimes he just randomly leaves for 6 months. I think he's trying to do it all. And I get that. I'm someone who very much I want to try everything under the sun. But I feel like he needs to pick a role. He needs to pick, because I'm going to be a commentator. Oh, I'm going to go do NFL stuff for the season, which he's probably going to do again. He's probably going to leave during football season.
Bye.
And then, but also wants to do wrestling. Is this just a way to get him off TV? Because I don't think we need to do that. We don't need to have a match with Gunther. So Gunther versus Pat McAfee. I I feel like Gunther needs to win this match, because if he doesn't, he should just pack it up and go home if he's going to lose to Pat McAfee.
Do we think this is their attempt to bring back Goldberg?
I mean, in what way? Have him be the face and come save Pat? Like what?
Just so they can, because for some freaking reason, everyone wants to see Gunther. Not everyone, people want to see Gunther versus Goldberg. I don't know about you guys. I don't want to see that. I've already seen a couple messages in the chat saying that they don't want to see that. I don't know. Maybe they'll do that.
I mean, maybe. I know a lot of people want Gunther to be the one to retire Goldberg, which I'm not opposed to. Gunther versus Oldberg. I don't think it's ridiculous. I think we could do that and it's whatever. But this match of Gunther versus Pat, I'm not sure what it's for. And that's the problem. I think it was just slapped onto the card as a storyline, but like not really. Like, okay, so Gunther attacked the commentators and then Pat saved Michael Cole, but now they just have a match. Like, I don't know. It's just very poor storytelling in my opinion, and I don't think it's necessary. I'm gonna pick Gunther because I think if any other scenario happens, we need to stop, because there's no reason at all that Pat McAfee should win this match unless it's by disqualification.
Yeah, I
That's the
just
only
don't.
scenario.
I don't care about this man. I don't care.
Yeah.
Gunther, love you, but you're kind of in your flop era, and
because he flew too close to the sun too quickly. That's the thing.
Because he tapped out to Jey Uso. Anyway.
Jinx. We'll move on. We have Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I know what I said about like being okay with Becky winning the title, but now that it's upon us, I'm taking it back.
Yeah, and you should.
You should. I still have the belief that she could elevate the title. I'm still firmly believing that.
I'm so tired of seeing the word elevate. Like, what? You don't need somebody who's been around for ages to elevate a title that was quite literally effing made for the mid-card women's division.
But it's to get people to care about the mid-card title.
Then book the champ better.
I agree 100%. But we have to work with what we're given. But I do not want Becky Lynch to win this match. I think it's too soon. She literally just got back. I thought we were going to have, a little bit of time. I didn't realize Backlash was 2 weeks from WrestleMania.
She just got back and she already has won a title. Like, you guys don't think a conversation needs to be had? Not about her, but about the booking? We don't think wild. That's kind of crazy? And then, let's give Charlotte Flair terrible energy and hate for challenging for a title, and even though she put Tiffany over on the biggest stage of ever, and Becky Lynch did not. So I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating. Like, I'm not saying, I know I always see the Becky Hogan tweets, and I think that's silly because, she's not the one being like, oh, make me do this. I want all the time. Like, I highly doubt.
We don't know that though.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I don't think she's actually doing that. But, if she's the one that decided to put Lyra over for the NXT Women's title, so she needs to do the same thing here, because we all saw that WrestleMania match. Miss Becky Lynch cannot go the way she could before. So
the fact that she was gone for how long? 6-8 months, and then she comes back and wins a title and then gets another title opportunity right afterwards,
and quite possibly win it. And that's really frustrating. But because her fan base is so delusional, they refuse to be like, yeah, hey, maybe something's not quite right here.
Maybe that's a little crazy.
Like, don't get mad at Bianca Belair for facing Io Sky at WrestleMania when she actually won the Elimination Chamber, wasn't challenging for the women's title in like maybe over a year, but oh no, Becky Lynch can do whatever. I just get really tired of that. And you can't even really be vocal about it, because if you say something, people are like, you're attacking Becky. And it's like, no.
It's
I'm
like
attacking,
the Swifties.
yes, I'm attacking the crazy booking because you refuse to have Becky Lynch lose.
Well, who are you picking? Who's your prediction for
Becky,
this?
because she's going to win, and it's going to be so annoying.
I'm gonna predict Lyra. I think they're gonna believe in her.
And I hope you're right.
She's gonna be the future of being the Irish top star.
And you know what? If Becky does put her over next Sunday, I will sit here for 5 minutes and tell you guys how sorry I am, and be like, I'm sorry, Becky Lynch, that I doubted you again, because you and I were finally in a good spot. We were really vibing, and you annoyed me again. But next Sunday, I will do that.
I like how you were vibing with Becky while she was gone.
No, I really liked what she was doing right before she left, and I was like,
Yeah.
which I don't really remember what that was, but it was fun. And I love heel Becky, because that's when she's most interesting. The man character is so boring to me, because it's the same thing every week. The man has come around to insert name of city.
I mean,
here.
she's still doing that, even just as a heel.
Yeah, but she's more fun because she's like being annoying on purpose, being a bitch, and it's funny. And she's saying like her promos are better, but face Becky is so boring. And I need her to lose.
Do you think Bayley could cost her the match?
That is exactly what they should do.
Yep, 100%. Because Becky admitted to being the one who attacked Bayley. So if Bayley comes out during Backlash and costs Becky the match,
that is exactly what they should do.
Period.
And if they don't do that, I'm actually gonna be like, get me in that writer's room, because who is writing this? That's crazy that you didn't decide to go with this opportunity on a little silver platter for you.
Yeah,
take it.
I'm gonna go with Lyra. She's my pick.
I'm gonna go with the big time.
All right, next up, we have the United States Championship Fatal 4-Way with
this is happening?
Yes, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. I mean, this is low-key stacked. I'm torn with how I feel about it. I'm like okay with it, because I think all 4 of these people are very good and deserve to be in a PLE match. But at the same time, I'm like, why are Damian and Drew here? Like, they don't need to be in this.
It is kind of silly. But I think that they're just like, well, we had a fun match with them at WrestleMania that a lot of people went to the bathroom for. Let's throw them in something so that they're doing something.
Yeah. And honestly, I think this could be a good way to have Jacob Fatu lose without actually losing. I'm sorry. I don't like him as a singles champion. It just doesn't work for me. So, I don't know what to do here though.
I want LA Knight.
Is that your prediction?
I'm just gonna go with that, even though I know it. Actually, no, I'm gonna predict Jacob, because he's absolutely retaining. And I want LA Knight to win Money in the Bank, and he should. So
that's fair.
I want him to win, but it's also like, well, I feel like LA Knight should move on to the world title picture now. So,
and I think that's the problem that I have with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre also, because they have both won world titles already. Damian has been a US champion, I believe. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, so they don't really need this. So LA Knight doesn't need to be in this title picture anymore.
That's fair.
It's a fair point,
world
Phil.
Title picture time.
So I'm gonna agree with you. I'm also gonna say Jacob Fatu. So
okay, that works.
Just because I just feel like nothing else makes sense.
Yeah, no, they're not taking it off him this quick.
Well, last of the currently confirmed matches is John Cena versus Randy Orton. Their promos right now are the best thing about SmackDown right now.
Yeah, honestly.
Randy Orton is popping off. He's taking no prisoners. He said, "You're just another legend that I'm gonna have to kill," or he said something along those lines.
So badass.
Like, and I'm just like, yes, Randy.
Yes,
my goat. when he was talking about Cody, like how his intro says there's more than one royal family, and he was like, the Ortons are part of that. Sometimes I forget, like truly, sometimes I forget that his dad and his grandfather were both wrestlers. So it's
Yeah.
like damn, okay, Randy Nepo baby, it's okay though.
But he's just that good that you forget about it.
Exactly. He doesn't ride off his name at all. He is just so good. I don't know what to do here.
What do you mean? Cena's retaining. Fiend, 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 fiend.
Ugh.
All over again.
I guess
That was
that's
so
true.
annoying. Like I feel like I don't even like that song anymore. Because that was one of my like go-to songs if I was bored and cleaning. And now every time I'm sorry, Phil. And now every time I hear it, I'm like, oh my God.
And like, well, what I meant by I'm torn is like I don't know what I want. You know what I mean? I know what my prediction would be, but I don't know what I want. Do I want John to retain? Do I want Randy to take it? Like, it'd be kind of crazy if he did.
Oh, I want Randy to win. But he's not going to.
Yeah. So we're both predicting John then?
Yeah.
Because no way Randy's taking the title off him right now.
No way. My prediction for the end of Cena's title reign is that Cody Rhodes will take it back at Saturday Night Main Event. That is what I see happening.
That'd be kind of cool, honestly.
Because isn't that like at the end of the year?
Well, I mean, it was last year. It was like in December.
That's what do you mean no, Cap? He's retiring this year. You get to have him as champ all year. We might not even see Cody until then, which we probably will because Cody is like the type of guy where it's like, no, I need to work.
Yeah.
We will probably get that at Saturday Night Main Event. And if he doesn't drop it to Cody at Saturday Night Main Event, he'll probably drop it to someone else. But I definitely see Cody getting it back.
I wouldn't mind Randy being the one to take it from him and retiring him.
Yeah.
I think that's a great play. I don't think it needs to be Cody Rhodes like
True.
taking over as the face, you know what I mean, of the company. Let Randy Orton be the legend killer like he always has been, and then Cody can take the title off Randy. That's fine.
There's 3 or 4 Saturday Night Main Event. Oh, well, maybe the one.
Yeah,
at the
there'll
end
be
of
a
the
few.
Year.
Yeah, there'll be a couple.
Maybe the one at the end of the year I could see.
Yeah. So those are all the confirmed matches as of right now. Obviously, we still have Monday Night Raw tomorrow. We have SmackDown on Friday, but maybe Io Sky defends the title, or we're gonna do a tag team match with her and Rhea versus Julia and Roxanne. I mean, I think they just did that on NXT though, didn't they?
I don't think Rhea wasn't on NXT.
Oh, I think Io was on NXT.
Wait, but aren't you missing one?
What? Oh, is that confirmed for Backlash? Because it was not confirmed on the list so far.
I feel like it might as well be.
Okay, well, Jay.
Yeah, and that's all we're gonna say about that.
Yeah.
I'll write it down just in case.
Okay. Well, I don't think Io Sky is gonna defend her title right now, but it's possible.
I feel like Jay and Logan will be the confirmed match that we get the next.
Probably. And then maybe Tiffany versus
Nia or something.
Nia, or even Jade. I mean, she was holding that title and she's like, this will be mine.
Jade and Naomi would be fun.
Yeah. So those are 2 possibilities that I would like. Get more women on the card. Because there's 3 men's matches and 1 women's match confirmed. So let's get at least 1 more women's match. Thank you.
Please give us something.
Yeah.
Give us Io.
Either one, honestly. But yeah, so that is everything for Backlash. We covered a lot of stuff today. You know, some sad things.
Are you excited for Backlash?
I'm excited for John and Randy.
That's fair.
And I think the Fatal 4-Way is going to be very good.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it'll be one of those shows that we're like, yeah, that was fine. Not going to remember that in a few months, but fair enough.
By the way, though, am I crazy or was it... Okay, rude. Or last year, wasn't the rumor that Backlash was going to be in Mexico?
Yeah.
And then that didn't happen, and now it's in St. Louis.
Oh God, why is it in Missouri?
Because that's Randy's hometown. That's why he
Oh,
was saying on his promo, like, in front of my family and my friends and da da da, you know. It's in his hometown. That's probably why he's having the match against John.
fair
But
enough.
I wanted Backlash to be in Mexico.
Yeah, for real.
And I mean, we don't have to talk
Oh, that
about
was a
it.
fake report, apparently, they're saying.
Well, rude.
Sorry, Randy.
But I mean, we can talk about this more another time. But really quickly, let's touch on the news that Crown Jewel will be in Australia this year.
What?
Yes. Did you not see this?
That doesn't make any sense because that's a Saudi pay-per-view.
Yes, but because Saudi is getting the Royal Rumble, they're giving Crown Jewel to Australia this year. It's going to be in Perth.
What? Wait, so we might actually have a decent Crown Jewel?
But also, isn't the Crown Jewel Championship a Saudi
Saudi
belt?
Arabia thing, yes.
But is it gonna be at Perth? Like, are they gonna do the champions versus champions again?
Maybe they'll just do that at like Night of Champions if they do that. I don't know. But the fact that bodysuit, and we'll talk about this another time, but bodysuits at the Royal Rumble is gonna make me want to off myself.
But at least Crown Jewel, it's in Australia.
God.
But yeah, we can talk about that another time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Maddie, take us out.
Happy Cinco de Mayo Day tomorrow, guys.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Bye.
Logan Paul, I hate you.